Hello all, here are our class notes for accuracy and precision. So at the end of these, you should be able to explain the difference between accuracy and precision in a measurement. You should be able to analyze and compare degrees of accuracy and precision, and you should be able to calculate the uncertainty in a measurement. Right, so beginning. First, we need some definitions. So accuracy. Accuracy is how close a measurement is to its true value. So, for example, if I were to tell you that water boils at 60 degrees Celsius, that is not a very accurate statement. So, I know that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or around 100 degrees Celsius. So as evidenced by this thermometer here. So if we're in Lemberg right now, we're about 614 meters above sea level. So water will actually boil a little bit less, so around 97.8 degrees Celsius in Lemberg. 97.8 degrees Celsius, but it should be somewhere um, around 100. Okay, so precision is to do with exactness, and it is set by the limits of your device. So, what you're using to measure. So, in this thermometer, my precision would be, let's pick a different color. My precision is based on, what is my scale and what is my scale broken up into? Okay, so for the right hand side here, it's degrees Celsius, and my precision is the smallest scale on here. So 1 degree Celsius. If I look at the left side, this is in degrees Fahrenheit, and my precision would be 1 degrees Fahrenheit if I was looking at the left here. So your precision is the smallest unit of measurement on your measuring device. Here, taking a look at some length examples. So this ruler, uh, this part is measured in the smallest unit of measurement is millimeters. So this would be, my precision would be 1 millimeter for this. So that's my smallest. Here, this is in inches, like most rulers are here in Canada, because the US is stubborn and won't just go to the metric system. Come on, get on it. So if I take a look at how small I can measure here. Here's like a quarter of an inch. Here's an eighth of an inch. Here is a 16th of an inch. So my smallest unit of measurement here is 1/16 of an inch. So it can get that precise. Using this ruler, I can get as precise as about a millimeter. Using this ruler, I can get as precise as 1 centimeter. So this is less precise than my millimeters and less precise than my 16th of an inch. Okay. If you're not given a measuring device to look at to see what they are, it's going to be the smallest place value in a measured number. So, for example, this 97.8 degrees Celsius, this is measured to the nearest tenth. So, this is the tenth place. So, you just look at what's the smallest place value. Here it happens to be tenths. So, I can measure using whatever device I have here, I can assume to the nearest tenth of a centimeter, so zero point 0.1 of a degrees, sorry, not centimeter, a degree Celsius, right? So that's how we find precision. Now, uncertainty has to do with how certain am I that this measurement is what I'm saying it is. So let's say, for example, here, just zooming into my temperature, I can see that this is going to be around 100 degrees Celsius, right? So it's around 100 degrees Celsius, but it looks a little bit less. Okay, so I would say that this is maybe like 99 point, what would you, like really close, like 99.7-ish degrees Celsius. But there is a little bit of uncertainty here. So it could be a little bit more than that. It could be actually up to 100. It could be even a little bit less than that. It's kind of hard to see. So there is, like, it could be a little bit more. It could be a little bit less. And how I decide about how much more or less that's going to be is I take half of what my precision is. So it could be more or less like half degrees Celsius. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this a bit smaller again. Move over. So I would say that this is about 99.7 degrees Celsius plus or minus like half a degree Celsius. So it could be like maybe up by 100, it could be maybe down by 99.3-ish, or 99.2, not sure. So my uncertainty is, okay, well, I've measured this value, but it could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less based on the accuracy, or sorry, the precision of my device. Okay, so half the precision unless otherwise stated. So for uncertainty, if it's half of the precision for this measuring device, it'd be half of a degree Celsius. So plus or minus zero point 0.5 degrees Celsius. For this measuring device on the other side, it'd be plus or minus zero point 0.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we would have plus or minus like half of a millimeter. Here we would have plus or minus zero point 0.5, half of a centimeter. And here we would have plus or minus 1/32 of an inch. Ugh, fractions. Okay, now to illustrate this, let's say I wanted you to mark the yard lines on the football field. And I told you to do that with just like walking it out. So I wanted you to pace it. So you're going out, you're going to use the length of your stride to mark off the playing field for football, and you're going to get something that is not going to be very accurate. So your stride is about a yard, but it's not exactly a yard. So this would not be very accurate. You're not using a very precise measuring device. So your stride, because everybody has different strides, right? You're not going to have a stride that's exactly a yard long unless you are an old farmer and have been doing it for so long that you actually can do that. I've seen it happen. Okay, so you're going to want a device that is going to be able to measure to a greater degree of precision so that you have a more accurate showing of, what should your football field actually look like. Okay, another one would be, let's say I ask you to find the different distance between Regina and Saskatoon, but I want you to do it with a meter stick. Okay, I actually searched up sad student holding a meter stick, and this was like the saddest picture I could find. And he doesn't even look sad, he's just concentrating. Very disappointing. But anyways, so you would be able to get like a meter stick is an accurate measuring device, but this would not be very good for me to get you to do. So, I'll see you in a couple days, maybe once you're back using your meter stick to measure this. So this it's not an appropriate unit. It's not an appropriate scale to use a meter stick for measuring that distance. Okay. You could use your meter stick to measure the size of your textbook. That will give you an accurate answer because it's a precise measuring device. There's a high degree of precision in that measuring device, and it's to a proper scale. You can actually use your meter stick or even just a ruler to measure most books. All right, and there you have it. If you want some extra examples, I will have one more video going through some of our notes examples for you if you need extra help. Okay.